Hey everyone, thanks for joining me again for another episode of my QPR career on Football Manager 2015. We are heading into a brand new month, the month of October, and things have been pretty swell as of late for the R's. In the last episode, we played our first game in this season's Europa League. We won 3-2 against Mönchengladbach at home. And in a minute, once I've gone through the monthly awards, I'm going to take you guys over our previous games, which I've played off camera. Just do a quick little recap of what the scores were, who scored, and where we are in the Premier League as it stands. And then we'll move on to our next game, the second game in this season's Europa League group stages. And that's going to be played against Ajax. You're going to be able to see the whole game with my live commentary. So let's see what we have here. United doing well in the Champions League. You can see our upcoming fixtures. Ajax, we've got Arsenal at home. Then we've got Watford's in the Premier League. Then we've got to play Fenerbahce. We've got Liverpool towards the end of the month. And we finish the month away against Villa. So we've got a pretty tough month coming up, I think. Balotelli has won the Player of the Month accolades, with Valencia coming in second and Arbeloa from Everton. Lucas Romero from Tottenham has scooped the Young Player of the Month award at the age of 21. Seems like a pretty decent player. The English Premier League Goal of the Month goes to Thomas Hemed of Newcastle. A spectacular overhead kick. An overhead kick. I haven't seen an overhead kick on Football Manager. Well, I know none of my players have scored an overhead kick as of late. So let's have a look. Obviously we want to see this in 3D. We don't want to see it in 2D. Slow it down a bit. Let's see this overhead kick then. This is going to be spectacular. That is Antonio Valencia. He did move from United to Newcastle in my first season at QPR. And we can see... Oh, look at that. Hemed, wow. I have never seen that on Football Manager before. That's his first goal of the season as well. What a way to open up your goal scoring tally. Oh, look at that. That's sensational. Had West Brom's keeper beaten well and truly there. Aguero comes in second as well as John Flanagan. And it's Brendan Rodgers. Look at that. Comes in first. He gets the Manager of the Month, whereas I come in second. Hopefully this time next month it'll be me winning that award. So anyway, last time we played Mönchengladbach. Our fixture after that in the Premier League. So let's go on to draw 2-2 at the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. I mean, they deserved a win, as you can see with the amount of shots they had and on target. They deserved to get something from that, whereas we, and I think it's fair to say, were very lucky indeed to grab 2 goals. If it wasn't for Vargas playing on that pitch, we wouldn't have existed. We found it hard to find inspiration to go on and win that game. We were very poor on the day, and I was a bit disappointed with our performance. But again, we were just lucky to get those 2 goals from a flamboyant Vargas. He did well on the day. Probably our best player on the pitch. Moving on to more disappointing news for QPR. We got knocked out of the Capital One Cup third round against Birmingham. It was a penalty that was awarded in the 64th minute. You can see the team that I played. I did change things around. Corb was in the side, so was Nordveit and Nathaniel Knight-Percival. I played Forlin, Petrasso. Dan Derbyshire, at the age of 17, got his first start, who's listed for loan, as you can see. He did okay. You can see that he had an average rating of 6.3. And another summer signing of mine managed to get a chance in the first team. Louis Reed came off the bench and got injured. He had to go off eventually, but he did okay with the time he was on the pitch. Frankie Sutherland's decent performance, could have been a lot better. And so I put the blame on me because I shuffled the pack too much. I was resting a few key players, and in a way it did kind of work out for me because, as you can see, our next game, which was against Man City at home, we did go on to win that. But, you know, being in the Capital One Cup, it's a competition where I feel as though we could have really performed in. We could have gone far in that competition. I mean, we won the FA Cup last year. We should have done a lot better in this game against Birmingham, and we failed to do that because I put too much trust in some of the younger players in this squad. But anyway, by resting those key players, we managed to win against Man City. This was a huge result, the best result so far this season. The goal came from Ferreira, who is still scoring for QPR. It's brilliant to see. I will show you his goal just quickly. Generate the match report. You can see the possession that we had in this game. We absolutely outplayed City on the day. The kits kind of clash here as well, but hopefully you can still see it. Much and Fur, they've been an integral part to this squad so far this season. Fur found Ferreira, and I just like the way Ferreira just drags the ball away. I think it may be Torre that's chasing him down. We can see from behind the goal here. It's not as close as I would want it to be, but Fur finds Ferreira. Look how he drags the ball. It's like moonwalking across the grass, and then he just hits it, beating Joe Hart for that bottom left-hand corner. And with that goal being scored in the second minute, you can just imagine how the rest of the game panned out for me playing it as well. It's absolute squeaky bum time. You can see that City, they had 13 shots, 2 were on target. They were very physical on the day with 19 fouls and just 1 yellow card for John Stones. So the referee had a pretty decent game. And QPR, we just wanted it more, and obviously as the game got into the later stages, around about the hour mark, I set my players to contain and just defend the ball, and City failed to break through our defence. They failed to do anything, really, as you can see, with just 2 shots on target. It's poor from them. So we've been doing okay lately, and we move on to our next game against Ajax, which is going to be played away in Group D of the Europa League. But you can see that we are still in 4th at the moment. We're looking pretty good. This is amazing. We're still yet to lose a game. We're 2 points behind Liverpool. Again, they haven't lost a game. They've only drawn 1 game and won 4. So compared to the start of last season, my first season with QPR, this season is miles better. Up in 4th, almost competing for top spot. We're doing great in the Europa League, even though we've played 1 game. We've got to play Ajax now, and I'm feeling pretty confident because they lost 3-1 against Fenerbahce on the opening day. So QPR, we've got every right to feel confident ahead of this game. Christian Bilal, the referee for today. Ajax, they've got 3 players out injured. They've got Cambiasso in the side. Let's get to the team selection. Got to take out Ferreira, who has picked up an injury for 4 to 5 weeks after he scored that winner against Man City. Forgot to mention that actually earlier. So we're going to have to drop him out. It's a bit of a blow because we got Podolski out injured as well for 2 months. 2 main strikers that I was hoping to use this season. I think Fallen, he's recently asked for some first team football, so I'm hoping to put him into the first team very soon. Actually, you know what? We'll bring him in today. Put Much over on the right, have Fallen there on the left. Traore, I think Young is good. He can start this game. I think that's going to be my lineup then. Can maybe bring in Hoylett for Fur. Whether that'll have any difference. You know what? Well, I'll leave Fur on. He's been brilliant lately. Back 4 is okay. I'm thinking maybe Traore for Young. Yeah. I think that's going to be my starting lineup. And we're going to be on counter because we're playing away from home against Ajax. Just check my instructions. Work ball into the box. Okay. Right, we're good. We are good. We're set to go. Austin, Vargas up front. I think we could get 3 points here today. We've been considered favourites. I believe QPR have enough about themselves to see off Ajax today. Shame we're without Podolski and Ferreira for this one. We got off to a good start and looking to continue that. Cambiasso starts. Rotario, Sean, Gutierrez up front. Van Rijn. Rotario at the age of 20 seems like a pretty decent winger. I may keep an eye on him. Gutierrez. Already mentioned him. Van Rijn and Silerson starts in goal. They've got Victor Fisher on the bench. Another decent youngster that can work down the left side. But pretty versatile player. And they've got Kishner and Zivkovic. We can watch ourselves in the second half when they start bringing on those guys off the bench. I'll get Bond to take the talk and I can finish up with the individual chats to the players. Nicely done. Have faith in you. Decent reaction. And here we go. We'll switch back to 2D. I keep forgetting to change this because I look at the highlights from previous games. Alright, so far so good. 5 minutes in. And Fenerbahce have just gone 1-0 up against Mönchengladbach. So as it stands, they are on top with 6 points. Korb working the ball down the right side. Nordveit. Fallen, Korb. Nordveit again. Nice little 1-2s. Working that triangle. Nordveit finds Much. We're getting closer. Fur works the ball through for Austin. Just couldn't get to it though. And a Noah, good clearance. Couldn't find Corb, but we have still got possession. Good bit of dominance here from QPR. Fallen. Making our intentions known. Austin. He's lost out again there. Closed down too quickly. Someone get to that. Gutierrez stops the ball in its tracks. I think he went down there as well. Vargas finds Austin. He gets to it. 1-0. That's going to be offside, isn't it? Yeah, it's offside. Oh, what a start that would have been to the game. Going 1-0 up just before 10 minutes have passed. Austin has every right to be frustrated. Kind of looked onside, actually. Alright, let's encourage the players and be calm about it. Come on. I feel a good win here today will certainly send us on our way for qualifying for the later stages of the Europa League. Adrian with the goal kick. Pumps it upfield. Ooh, almost found Vargas as well. Corb. Having to pull back to Norvite. Fur. Vargas. Look how deep they're sitting. And how quick they're closing me down. Austin. Austin almost made it 1-0 there. He was onside this time. Falling with the corner. And Noah looking for that far post. Almost found it. Could have hit the post on the inside and gone across the line. But Silerson puts a stop to the attack. And this is unbelievable. An injury now to Charlie Austin. So he's going to have to come off. I will replace him with Junior Hoylett. So not only do we have Podolski out injured, we also have Ferreira and now potentially Charlie Austin. This is brilliant, isn't it? You know, I thought I had great squad depth here with my forwards this season after bringing in a couple on loan and also signing Vargas, but now they all seem to be getting injured. Bit thin on the ground for strikers at the moment. It's not looking good. Decent first half, could be better. Need to straighten out those sights on our boots. Start scoring some goals. Start the second half. Not happy having to take Charlie Austin off in the first half. Disappointed that he's had to pick up an injury. Could be my training regime. Could be a bit too difficult for them, or too much. I might have to go and have a look at that and tweak it a bit. Who is going to break this deadlock then? Is he going to beat Ajax or is he going to... Oh, come on! Another injury to one of my forwards. And it comes from Vargas this time. Mönchengladbach have just drawn level against Fenerbahce. Run at defence. This is unbelievable. Vargas should be okay though. We'll keep a beady eye on him. I might bring on Christian Trash for Fallen. He's had a decent game for him, but I will bring on Trash. Always seems to make an impact when he comes off the bench. So if we can take that again. Oh, come on. Vargas and Fur mixing up there. Traore cut that one out nicely. Fallen. Finds Vargas. Can he beat his man? He's surrounded by blue. Hoylett. Good run there. He's gone for goal. Seeking out that top right-hand corner. Silerson puts a stop to it again. Silerson was the keeper that I was looking at before I actually signed Adrian in my first season, if you guys remember. Or well, he was on my shortlist. But Ajax was saying they were having none of it. They didn't want to let Silerson go, and obviously they have every right to do so. Kishner. Oh, look at this run from Kishner. Someone put a stop to it! 1-0 down. Kishner absolutely teared us apart there. That was a fantastic run. From the right, cutting inside. Look at this, how he takes the ball. What is Traore doing? They're just standing there like lemons. They don't know what to do. Kishner with the first goal in this game. Ajax 1-0 up. Change my instructions. Work ball into box. Don't think that's going to have much of a difference. I can see how this game's going. 10 minutes to go. Gutierrez is injured for Ajax. I thought that was another one of my players injured. Let's go overload. Why not? Let's take more risks. Can we get a point? Last 4 minutes. Come on. Come on, QPR. Let's get something. Oh, no. The ref's going to blow his whistle as soon as he kicks that. No, he's holding off. Traore. Come on, what are you doing? Stop wasting time. Hoylett. The ref's holding off here. Hoylett whips it in. Looking for the head of Argas. And I think that's going to be it. No, one more tack. Hoylett. Oh, he's gone for goal. Looking to whip that round. And that is it. We have lost our first game this season in the Europa League group stages. Disappointing. I felt as though we really did have a good crack at this game. Well, it was an excellent first half, but the second half it was just a bit dull. And the game needed a goal. It was just unfortunate that it came for Ajax. You can see with possession-wise. So we do drop down to third. Fenerbahce, it's still very tight in our group. It looks like Fenerbahce went on to draw. I'm seeing that they picked up just a point there. Austin out for 6 to 8 days. I will leave that to the physio. He's got a bruised shin. It would be silly to give him an injection, so I'm going to leave that one to the physio. He'll be out for 6 to 8 days then. I think we can make do. I mean, he's been goalless lately. He certainly could be better. I'm not sure. You know what? I'll wait for him to get over his injury before I warn him, and then we'll go from there. That's going to be about it then for this episode, folks. Hope you've enjoyed. In the next episode, I will be going over the Arsenal, Watford and Fenerbahce game and just basically doing a recap like I've done in previous episodes, and then we'll play the Liverpool game at Loftus Road. I think that'll be a crucial game, seeing that they are the league leaders as it stands and we're up in fourth. We could take top spot, especially if we can get some good results against Arsenal and Watford. Not worried too much about the challenge of Watford. They are newly promoted. I think we could get a win there, but Arsenal I think will definitely prove to be the trickier challenge. And keep in mind, every time I've come up against Liverpool in this career mode with QPR, we've beaten them. So hopefully, in the next episode, we can do it again and grab 3 points. That's it then, guys. Thanks for watching.